So sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic. But this has gotta change. I'll be right back. So much better. You have no idea how annoying that was. But like I said, I am presenting to you the story of Thanksgiving, and I hope that this little story will warm your heart. Thanksgiving, presented by Jose Fuego. The story of an American tradition and one of their most cherished holidays, as seen through the eyes of one of their natives. Over the next few moments, you will hear Jose Fuego's beautiful interpretation of the Thanksgiving holiday. We hope that you enjoy it. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, I'm your host, Jose Fuego, and this today is the story of American Thanksgiving. You see, one time, a long time ago, there was in the Europe, in the country of Spain, a man named Columbus. And Columbus was told by the queen. The queen said to Columbus, "Columbus, go find America." And Columbus said, "Yes, I will do it." And so Columbus gets on his boat, the Niños, the Pintos, and the Santo Marios. She's right here, and I put her in this hand because it's very hard to carry everything over like this. But Columbus said, "Yes, I will go." And Columbus goes, and he goes to this the Americas, and he sailed away to discover them. But what Columbus did not know is that the Americas already had been discovered by the Indians, and the Indians discovered them, and they lived there, and here they are, and the Indians, and they ride horses, and they have their Indian girls who dance with them sometimes. And so Columbus then he just says, "Okay, well, what I will do is I will go with my friends to the America in the Pilgrims." And so Columbus go with his friends for the Mayflower, and he get in it, and his head is coming off, but he gets in the Mayflower, and everyone's like, "Where are your friends, the Pilgrims?" And the Pilgrims came out from underneath the deck, and they hung out with Columbus, and were like, here we are, here we are, the Pilgrims. Except the Pilgrims, there's the Pilgrims, because I'm not very good with construction paper. The Pilgrims look like rabbis, but they're no rabbis, they're like Christiani dudes. And so the Pilgrims go with, he fell out of the boat, and the rest of the Pilgrims go with Columbus in the boat, and they go to find America. And a tricky thing happened, because sometimes Columbus drowns, and this time he did, and he fell in the water, and he said, "No, I'm falling in the water." And they said, "Well, no, swim to that rock," and the Columbus couldn't make it, and so Columbus drowned, and Columbus died, and it was very tragic. And so since the Pilgrims now are in the boat and they don't know how to steer it, they go and they crash on Plymouth Rock, and the boat turns sideways, and the one guy is at the front, and he said, "I'm the king of the world," and then they land on the rock. And so this, for me, right here, just a historical note, and so that you know, there is dispute as to where it happened. If the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock, they say, Pilgrims say, we landed on Plymouth Rock, and we did. And Jay-Z, he says, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock landed on us. And so I don't know which one is true, but I know that sometimes you will hear some people who will like say both and stuff. So anyway, the Pilgrims, the one guy, he made it because he swam the whole way, and the Pilgrims are here, and they say, we are really hungry and we don't have any food. And so one Pilgrim guy was talking to the other Pilgrim guy, and they see this little lady, and they say to her, "Hey lady, what's your name?" And she said, "Oh, hi, my name is Sacagawea, and they said, well, we're looking for food, do you think you can help us? We're not rabbis, we're pilgrims. And she said, well, yes, I think I can help you, but you need to find like some big strong guys to take me back, to protect me, because we are going to the west. And so they said, what do we? And we know some strong guys. And so they walk off, and in come back these strong guys, and Lewis and Clark, and they're, they were in their shirts, like this, and they say, well, we will go with you to find the foods. And so they go, and they get to the, they start to hear all this stuff, and then, the Indians are to come there, and then Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea are like, hey, Sacagawea is like, hey, they came here because they're hungry, and they like need some foods. And the Indians are like, well, we have some foods. And they're like, well, we're white men. Have you ever seen white men before? And they're like, yeah, like we are a white man that like lives in our village and stuff. And Sacagawea is like, yeah, he like married my sister. And they're like, yeah, that's my sister too, and like go get her. So they go and they get this sister, and her name is like Pocahontas. And Pocahontas are like, hey everybody, like, hi, what do we need to do? And they're like, well, some of your husband's friends, like, they came and they need food. And they're like, well, we don't know her husband. And then like, how come her husband, like, oh my gosh, it's John Smith, like, we thought you were lost forever. And he's like, no, I'm not lost forever. I came and I married like this girl. And and he walks up to the camera, and he says, and I like found this school called like the North Carolina, the University of the North Carolinas, and like we had Blue Devils and Love Heels with like tar on them and stuff. And they were like, oh, that's awesome, can you help us get food? And they're like, yeah, we can. We will go back to your village and like help you guys out, but there's like stuff you have to do. So they walk in, and they work, and they go back to the Pilgrims village, and they get back to the village where the Pilgrims are at. And so like all of these guys are there, and they get there with all of them, and they're like, well, hey, like, here we are at the Pilgrims village, and the Pilgrims are not here. And the Pilgrims are like, no, wait, no, we are here, like, here we are. And so like all these guys here and these guys here are like talking and stuff. And so they're like, well, what do we need to do to get the foods? And they say, well, you have to do our like little dance. And they say, well, like, what is your little dance? And they say, well, we show you. And so what they have to do is, all these guys, they in the dance, the Pilgrims are like, well, we'll try that. Then we'll, the Pilgrims are not very, very good at it, because it's like their first time. But they, the Pilgrims keep trying and trying and trying, and then all of a sudden everyone looks out, because they hear in the sky a big thunder, and then up from the sky comes with food like this. He comes down with like this. Is Chief Geronimo comes down and brings to them the Thanksgiving turkey, and everyone was very happy, and they all eat it. Nom 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 nom. All eat the turkey, and they eat it up. And Geronimo came and he saved the day for Thanksgiving, and that's how it happened. And I hope you enjoy the story of American Thanksgiving. It's a very special story for us in America, and we do love it, and a lot of things like that, and we're happy Thanksgiving. I do hope you've enjoyed this dramatic retelling of the Thanksgiving story by Jose Fuego, one of Americans' newest and proudest citizens. I know for each of us that's unable to be home right now that the retelling of any of our wonderful stories of heritage bring a great comfort to us. Happy Thanksgiving.